they have flexibility here. You see Tundra already banning out Viper, respecting the fact that both Tiger and DM can play it before. OG has that flexibility. You see Doom be played DM, like Timbersaw-esque hero. Sure, it's not perfect into Sunray, Rubik can annoy you a little bit, but some hero just to set the pace of the game, to force the entire tempo to be
Doom ban, so they straight up pick it.
Thank you so much. I did so
for that one Doom pick.
well. I know in the past we actually asked him about his Doom game where he like
Tundra
got
Esports.
abandoned. He was just like,
Yes,
it's Doom. I'm fine getting abandoned because I'll just go to the jungle. I'll eat some creeps. I'll just recover. And like he's like, if they're on me, that's fine because my team will
The
be doing
space.
stuff. Yeah, like he's very trustworthy of his team. That was not the right word. Whatever.
No.
Trusting.
Has faith.
He's
Yeah,
trusting. There you go. Good. Go on.
10 seconds.
Moving on to the Beast and the Rubik. The Rubik we have seen absolutely spectacularly
5
performing
seconds
over in
remaining.
the China region too.
Yeah, so the Rubik is an insane hero right now, of course, with the Shard. I think even during TI, we didn't see players perfectly utilize how the Shard can save heroes, just lifting them back away, disengaging. And of course, into Rubik, into Doom, sorry, you get stuck Doom. But I think draft-wise so far, OG snapping up the Doom. We've seen a lot of teams in other regions, at least, try and force Doom into the game and just fail miserably due to two reasons. Either one, you have double core, this double scaling lineup that you can't ever do both of them. Or the second one is you just group up so early and you just push through the map that Doom can't just AFK farm and he can't contribute to early fights. And that's why I really like Tundra's opening here, because Beastmaster Rubik, they set pace in the game. Beastmaster occupies your jungle, he always takes towers, whilst Doom doesn't really do that. So that offset in play right now where when the Doom gets Midas face BKB, he can never run in, there's a roar. And also he'll be conceding a lot of maps. So I think a nice response, and also we haven't seen a lot of Beastmasters as a response to Doom yet, so already Tundra thinking about Doom, whilst other teams maybe haven't been thinking about it as much.
It also kind of fits their playstyle, like around TI.
5 seconds
Aoi
remaining.
mentioned that them as a team, something they would do often was play like poking long-range nuke heroes that play off of vision, and already we kind of have that here. We have Beastmaster who's going to be putting out those hawks and giving vision. They'll be able to poke with like Fade Bolts and stolen spells and whatever, and then that's when you need your next heroes that can then commit when you finally find an opportunity to go in. So that's what I'd like to see in the next phase for them.
Are the bands going to then be protecting anything
10
in this
seconds
opening
remaining.
or giving away more information on what they might be lining up to?
Tundra
5 seconds
right now
remaining.
ban-wise is protecting their Beastmaster a little bit, but also allowing Ida to play a more
Tundra
aggressive skirmishing carry.
Esports turn
Like
to
the Weaver
ban.
ban, it's a lot of Yuragi respect there. I feel like both teams might just ban out a lot of carries here. Tundra here, maybe Morphling as well could be an option. It just depends where Tundra wants to go with their carry.
They're
Master lane, now that they banned the TA as well. And I guess the only other heroes you can think about would be ranged carries. So there's Sniper, there's Shadow Fiend, and maybe Drow, but I think probably Sniper, Shadow Fiend, maybe other ones more.
Selena's still
Favorite?
there?
It's so good. Elena just ignored.
yeah.
I feel like teams will be
It's refreshing.
Yeah. Oh god. Again, we've been covering some China, and
Yeah.
they really love Lena.
5
So
Either
seconds
banned or
Mhm.
picked
First phase.
every game.
I like that. Like, I love these physical damage carries that can just stand there and hit Doom when he dooms them. Like, we saw Morphling and Sniper duo cores able to do that, which was really nice. It just meant that anyone he jumped, it just didn't matter, he would die instantly.
what are they going to do with this man? I mean, again, like we've already mentioned, it's the ranged heroes. Play-wise from Tundra, they can still put the Rubik on 5. We've seen Snaking playing it in some of his pubs. They're going to keep it over in their second pick. So after this ban, they need to enter the next phase with a pick as well. Most likely going to be revealing what the Rubik's going to be doing. How much time? How much? They've already gone for like a minute of their reserve time thinking of this one ban.
I'm really trying to draw the most information out of
Yeah.
us. Okay, well, I'll step up to the plate. Okay.
They have to predict the ban.
No, I don't want to.
Alright, I would never make you do something you don't want to do.
Tundra Esports.
Something I like about
turn to
OG's heroes is just that because of how DM is, it means that if this Hoodwink is on +4, it can rotate onto mid. Like, with this Rubik too, we'll probably see a lot of skirmishing lane.
I like this draft voice from Tundra, because when teams are second pick, we don't often see their final ban get instantly linked to the pick that they open the second phase with. Often they're still thinking about protecting that carry, protecting the heroes they've already got. And this is a perfect example of Tundra using that 5th ban in their draft to go, okay, we ban Snap, we pick Phoenix. It's like, of course, Little Shredder to Phoenix and OG, they can play heroes in different roles, so the Snap fight going into it could have more farm priority to be able to actually counter the egg going into the game. So yeah, I actually like the fact that Tundra did this. We don't see, again, like I said, a lot of teams doing it.
Phoenix is hype and snaking really good at it.
OG's turn to pick Lina.
There's a Lina.
Yeah.
I mean, there's right, there we go.
This is a problem, like some of the best heroes against Phoenix is just long range heroes.
Tundra Esports.
Like this snap, like anything with like innate attack speed, like your Snapfire, and then you have snipers.
That face, team, that face over the Ricky.
Ricky's hype though. Ricky was so popular, like kind of going into this DPC. Like everyone was playing it in pubs. They were playing it off lane. They're playing it +4. They're playing it +5. Like I think Ricky is probably the hero I was most shocked to see like not at all during the DPC. Yeah, because the sleep dart is so bonkers. You get it at 15 minutes and it sets up so much. It does the damage at the end either, so it like cancels blinks. Like the utility of it is really good, and he's not even bad at laning.
Yeah, but
however,
the thing with the group together and make plays, they don't have to be forcing the map too hard, but they can still be in a big enough group to scare OG from playing on this sleep dart, right? You've already mentioned like we're up to Ricky, but and then if it's, let's say, a Lina carrying a Ricky 5, because often in EU pubs at least, Ricky's been the 4 or the 5. So if this is your lane, I don't know how great it's going to be against, let's say, Beastmaster Rubik. It can be annoying, but if they just play inside the lane together, you're not going to ever push out the heroes. You might annoy them a little bit, but you're never going to go, we've won this lane. So I think Tundra is going to be pretty happy seeing the opening from OG, that if they just keep drafting for like grouping, like they could go for like a Pango mid or something to break open OG's lineup. Sure, they can fight when they dictate the game, but on the back foot, OG's lineup, they can't defend each other, and they go for a Spectre now. It's like, it really boils down to the same point. In a fight, OG, if they jumped on, their heroes aren't helping each other out. They're all for themselves. They have to just hope they do the damage, and yeah, Tundra just kind of have the same read and just, yeah, go for Spectre. Press Horn. Please, you have to run away now.
5 seconds remaining.
Is there much flexibility at all with the Lina going into mid, or you feel like it being picked up there almost definitely going to be safe?
I want to see it mid.
Yeah,
now.
You prefer that?
Yeah, now that I see like the Spectre and like the Spectre v Lina carry matchup, like sure there's some early game timing where Lina can be aggressive, but OG haven't picked the heroes to enable Lina to play that way, so they kind of need to push it away from that. But Spectre presses Horn, Manta, Abasha, Skadi, Lina can't really do much into that. So I think this is now just going to be mid Lina.
I wouldn't even mind go as carry into the Beastmaster, because
turn to
boar, and then you get an offlaner like Centaur that's gonna be able to give you like Stampede and just let you disengage from this egg, from this haunt, and get your Lina to, because whilst they can't really cover each other, at the very least they can sort of like put a smoke screen down around Lina.
Yeah, globally try and help
a little bit. It's like a little tiny thing.
Okay, I'm trying to think if OG can just be really quirky here. Like the first pick Doom it's kind of very telling. Like, oh, in other teams it's just the off lane, but if they have flexibility here, you see Tundra already banning out the Viper, respecting the fact that both Tiger and DM can play it in the 4 or the 3. If OG has that flexibility, we've seen Doom be played in the carry role, and if you pick up some last pick DM Timbersaw-esque hero, sure, it's not perfect into Sunray, Rubik can annoy you a little bit, but some hero just to set the pace of the game, to force the entire tempo to be around this one hero, that can break down Tundra's ability to open the map. Because when you pick Spectre like this, you need to take early towers and early movements so that Spectre can farm behind and join every fight perfectly. If they're the ones reacting, then Spectre doesn't farm as efficiently. And this is where like OG's lineup, when you look at it, if they're not I'd love to see OG have some flexibility in the draft to be able to surprise Tundra a little bit and just go react to this pick. Because right now, none of OG's picks are forcing Tundra to have to react too heavily.
Like right now, when a fight starts, they're gonna see everything, and when you're playing with a core like Lina, it kind of sucks. Obviously, die.
Yeah.
So you're starting a fight. See everyone. I think Tundra need like one more core that can help jump with the Spectre, and then that would like round out
Tundra
how they want
Esports,
to
turn to ban.
Because right now they don't really have it. I mean, you're gonna be able to like come in with your egg, but if OG is set up well, they can just kill it before everyone else arrives. Like Beastmaster usually goes like a KB or something. He doesn't really get that blink till the items down the line. So right now, yeah, I feel like Spectre's gonna be kind of on an island by herself in these fights, and I would like to see them.
Again, it's OG and a draft where you look at it and you go, and then it kind of comes online in their own right. So they have two options that I've already mentioned. They're still looking for their carry right now because the rest of the heroes are playing the roles that you'd expect them to be, or they're just going to surprise us with some complete change up of pace. But I feel like I don't think you want Lina in the carry, so I am still leaning a little bit more towards that.
Tundra Esports.
I'm okay with it. I just want I want Lina to buy this Silver Edge and just be able to fight this Spectre. I mean, between Doom and like a Silver Edge Lina, they have the tool, like they have what they need to be able to kill a Spectre in the fights. It's the big problem comes when you're gonna get your BKBs to allow you to fight everything, like the egg and stuff. But then you have like the Roar from Beastmaster that's gonna stall out your BKBs and make your fight really hard. So it's kind of nice that they have Queen of Pain, Lina, and Doom, kind of cores that you have to sort of. They can't.
That's true. That's true.
They can't. They don't have that much team fight. Honestly, it's a lot of single target guns on Tundra right now.
Choose your hero.
That's a deep. It always makes me chuckle because the hero isn't like whoa, but it's like okay, they just need
it was there.
stun, right? Like when you think about mid laners now, you want to be able to punish the Quap a little bit when she plays her hand. You don't really want to go Void Spirit. Pangolier could have been nice, but I think you feed the lane too heavily, and you want to have a hero that can just exist. So DK is the perfect example here, because you don't care about the Quap spam, and if Quap ever wants to make moves on the map and open up the game like we mentioned, DK will just hit your tower. So for Tundra, it's a very stable lineup. It plays itself. Beastmaster should do well in his lane, Spectre should be able to farm, DK will eventually take towers. So I think for OG, it's how do they prevent this DK from setting up the motion to then be able to get your very skirmishing, I guess disjointed, but I don't mean it in a bad way. Just it's a lineup
segmented. You mean?
Yeah, like it doesn't look like it should win games based on team fights. It's just based on individual skill and finding opportunities to win the game. So OG coming with a lot of confidence into this game because going into Tundra TI champions, the fact that their draft is so robust, and then you've gone for this very hit every spell perfectly, hit every play perfectly style lineup.
They have magic burst.
Yeah. Like
so much magic burst. Like, I think at least killing on OG is going to be very easy and straightforward.
If you can get there.
Yeah, well, it's not hard. You just need your level 6s. Like, you have burst from Hoodwink ult, you have burst from Lina ult, you have burst from Queen of Pain ult. Like, you're going to be killing people. Tundra, they have a little bit less of that.
And Saxo steals it all.
Yeah, okay. I mean, maybe.
Do you guys want to say a preference for who you feel is going to be taking this game one?
I refuse.
Okay.
You're refusing everything. I'm going to lean Tundra. Tundra.
All right. Well, 1 out of 2 of our analysts here on the panel are willing to put a prediction in. We'll see if our casters are willing to do the same. As we jump into game 1, it's Tundra versus OG with B-Cup and Lacoste.
Thank you very much. Coming into game number 1 in Western Europe. I know you're excited, Lacoste. You have been pacing around. Excited for some Dota here. Excited for, some TI caliber Dota.
Been a while, Back, what a better way to start the tour than Tundra, the XTI champions. Let's see if this is a fluke. The boys playing against the OG. Looking at both of the lineups, OG focusing on like heavy magical damage, the nuke damage. It's I would say it's a little more difficult to execute type of a lineup compared to Tundra, where Tundra's lineup is very simple. They have a lot of team fight. I'm not sure if OG is going to be able to match the straight up 5 versus 5. And looking at some of the counter picks in this game, like Lina was picked later into the draft. They needed some egg hitter because they didn't have any. The hero is super popular in China, as panel mentioned. The hero is either banned or picked. But yeah, Dragonite last pick. Speaking of China, this was very popular. I think we've seen 2 or 3 Dragonites being played in China, and the hero looks really good. They needed someone to sustain throughout the mid lane, the spam that Queen of Pain brings, and one of the reasons why they decided to go with Queen of Pain is limited amount of lockdown. They have
30
Beastmaster
seconds
Roar,
to battle.
Rubik's Lift, so Tundra needed some kind of a low cooldown stun, and yeah, Dragonite is back. He did receive some buffs in the last couple of patches, straight up buffs to his region, Dragon Blood, more armor, more base damage. So the hero, I think we're gonna see more of it.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of like the panel said. It's not this hero that's going to make you go ooh ah right at the end, but it is definitely one of those heroes that's going to do a lot. And I don't know, Dragonite, for me at least, it kind of sparks a little excitement. I'm very big onto the Elder Dragon form, Blink Dragon Tail. It's always nice. I like it.
Saxa will be playing with the 33, pretty standard, you know. These two guys, I don't think they had like really bad games. 33 on his classic Zoo hero, and we're gonna see the spam coming on from the Beastmaster, starting with the Wild Axes. And, this is a tri lane. They want to get something. He's like, I'm gonna pause. It's 3 of us. Someone needs to TP down. Guys, I'm alone. Pretty standard stuff that happens in pubs, but seems like Saxa is gonna be in some trouble.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get a kill here. They already used the Acorn shot, jumping in with the Blink Strike from
Prediction.
Taiga.
Saxa dies. That's how
so?
I see it. There's another Blink Strike, so extra slow. He does have Orb of Venom and Acorn shot. I don't see where it is. Did it jump? If it jumps one more time, because it's 15-second cooldown right now, so that means it probably jumped once, and if it bounces back, Saxa's dead. Saxa's dead anyway, I would
You think Saxa's dead?
Does have a Fairy Fire and a Magic Stick, so we have to do the math on that one, but
Not my strong suit.
I believe he's dead.
All right, well, you know what? First game of the year for Western Europe. I'm going to ask chat. Not that I'm going to be able to see it, but I'm going to ask them.
In strength
1
is
he
victory.
goes down. He dies.
No, 1, if you like pressing 1. 2, if you think Saxa's gonna die.
All right, you know what? That's fair. And if you want to say he's going to live, 3. 3 options there. We'll see if it works out. We'll see what they can do with it. And taking a look here over bottom. What are the things that stand out to you in this lane? Anything over bottom? You think it's going to be a quiet lane? Is it going to be something that really pops off? Are we going to be screaming a lot down here?
This is definitely not a killer lane for Tundra. It's more about the sustain, secure Skeeter, some farm. And looking at the items, Tundra, they always were super good when it comes to itemization. Like, what is that? If you've seen your Spectre buy these items in pub, you'd probably flame someone straight away. 6 mangoes, starting with this. Snaking
First blood.
First blood.
Correct. Anybody in chat who said 2 was correct? I guess if you pressed 1, you also like pressing
correct.
1. Also correct. So you had a 66% chance of getting that right, and you nailed it. So first blood here is OG. They try some tomfoolery with the 3 heroes up towards top, and we'll see if they keep them here. See what the consensus is, and we'll find out a little bit later because we're gonna go back into another pause. You know.
We have to dissect that first blood. So it was Acorn shot, another Blink Strike, perfectly executed from Yuragi. And who got the first blood in the end?
It was Misha.
It was Misha. Okay, good start for Misha. Already sitting on 500 gold. A lot of mangoes. Like, look at the build overall. 33 has 5 mangoes, Sage Mask. You know that he wants to spam out things. It's how they've been playing, and that's how they want TI. OG's having some sound issues on all 5 players.
Team speak issues. I have not used that program in a while. I don't raid in WoW or anything like that. I don't use TeamSpeak. It's not for me. But I guess we'll see if they can fix those sound problems. They're getting an admin involved. And I like mango time. I'm a big fan of the mangoes. As you know, in the past, I have loved some mangoes. Mango slices, mango chunks. Mango smoothies.
Ooh, mango smoothies. I'm down for some. I remember us in Romania having some really good smoothies. But I gotta check inside Tundra's base. Considering how many mangoes they got, is there a mango tree? Did they plant it? Because this seems a relatively high number of mangoes that they got.
Well, you know, there is a certain time of year where mangoes grow more prominently out here. I don't know if it's that time of year. I couldn't tell you. I'm not a farmologist. I'm going to go with the guess on that word. Ecologist? Mangoologist. I think that might be the one.
All right, yeah, 33 agrees. He was like, applause. That was a good one.
Yeah, I like a little applause when I make really poor farm jokes. It's really where I'm at in life is just farm jokes. Misha's saying 1 minute. So I think they're getting things pretty much fixed up, which is always nice. And, you know, Misha could take his time. He's got first blood already. He's thinking about all that gold that he's got. Am I going to spend it all on mangoes? Maybe.
Looking at the bottom lane, Doom did eat one of those creeps and is also pulling the creep wave for himself. Snaking is doing the same thing, while Skeeter doesn't have any creeps. He's just chilling.
Nothing yet, right? No creeps yet. I was speaking about the Doom. We see it a lot against Rubik. I swear when we were covering China, every time Doom was picked, Rubik was picked. And it's just like, the Rubik always ends up stealing the stun, right?
The War Stomp, yeah. Also, very interesting stats from China. So far, Doom has been picked 6 times and has lost every single game. Yeah.
So, I don't know if you're thinking about the odds there on that one, but we're going to see the odds on 33 going down. I don't feel like 100%. Yuragi's going to get credit for that kill. This tri-lane really working out. And, it's 2 kills already with a 1,000 net worth lead for OG Tundra. They're
gonna keep this tri-lane for a while, I think, because DM on bottom is, I think he's okay. If he feels pressured, he can always TP out. There's no stun available on side of Tundra. Dropping relatively low, but there's no more slow from Dagger, so he should be okay. Eventually, they're gonna need TP and help out Doom, but for now, they are setting up things for Yuragi, sitting at 4 CS. And looking at the mid lane, pretty standard stuff. I don't think Dragonite's gonna die in this lane. He just put a second point in Dragon's blood, so no pressure. It's mostly gonna be this tri-lane here.
Saksa with another death under his belt as Yuragi gets his second kill. They're also gonna take out a boar, so the gold's flowing top for OG. I mean, it feels quite nice, and like you said, DM by himself, there's not lockdown to really worry about in this lane, so he should be pretty much safe. And what do you respond with here? What does Tundra do to respond to this tri-lane? Because they've already given up 3 kills up top. This is not exactly a lane that is feeling all right.
I don't know if they feel like they could potentially rotate snaking to the top lane, because this lane's not working. And another one.
Yeah, Bushwhack, telekinesis to try and survive, but a blink strike going in on the Saksa. Got a double blink strike right click from the Lina. That's going to give enough damage to have Taiga grab the last shot. And it's now 4-0 here for OG. And it is looking grim up top for the side of Tundra. And I don't know if you would have predicted this. The odds on esports bet.io leaning heavily towards Tundra.
For a good reason. I mean, the way Tundra won TI, the way they won finals against Team Secret, it was pretty one-sided. They looked like the best team. You know, people called them even boring at one point because how crisp their execution was. Literally no mistakes being made. On bottom, looking at him with the boots of speed, running away, trying to maximize his farm, maxing out Devour. This lane's gonna get slightly more difficult as Tundra members start to get more levels, and this Skeeter, he's going into Blade Mail straight away. So that's his farming tool. Good way against like some of the uncontrollable damage, I would say, especially the one from Doom, from the Scorched Earth. And also, it does allow you to farm Ancient.
I've seen in the past Spectres go like Blade Mail Ags. That's the look that you're gathering here. At least it's Blade Mail. We know that for sure. Thanks to the player queue. Always helps me out on predicting. Saksa again in some trouble. Telekinesis throws him down on Amisha, but another blink strike from Taiga. Acorn shot.
Oh, unlucky.
Bounces over to the boar. So almost had another kill in this top lane, making it a 5th. But a
will just survive eking it out. Getting relatively close, and yeah, you can see DM maybe not feeling as comfortable going for the harassment on the speeder. He's level 4 already, so the Spectre's starting to have a really good time. 26 and 12. I mean, that is, with the way the harassment's going up top, at least this is going right? And then you've also got mid 28 and 7 for the DK.
Yeah, Dragon Knight stabilize a lot of these drafts, gives you that reliable stun, and his laning stage, you know that he doesn't have bad matchups. I think we're gonna see definitely more of a Dragon Knight. He starts pushing the tower once he hits that level 6, and looking at the lineup that OG has, I know I saw it somewhere. It like brings back the memories. Queen of Pain plus Lina. It goes back down to the start of the previous DPC season when cool guys, they were playing Lina mid, but Queen of Pain as their safe laner.
Top lane again, Yuragi getting yet another. Now he's on a killing spree, taking out Saksa. Saksa already 4 deaths, so he's responsible for 4 of the 5 deaths that they have on Tundra already. But I mean, that being said, like, these kills, yeah, they're coming in, but are they going to matter so much if both Spectre and DK are getting everything out of their lane?
Doom also does have that power that we mentioned, so getting extra gold from it. It's a 1k gold lead for OG. Sometimes when you see 0 on the scoreboard, yeah, you want to get that 1 kill, start with something so it's not a 0. The GM, and he made a new lane for himself, trying to get the most out of the lane.
Denied.
Tricks there. Afraid to get close. The Arcane Rune picks it up, and now that away. We've seen this in China as well, but hold on. Stun comes in, telekinesis from Saksa. That's 33 alive. However, another one lands, and Saksa is going to go down for the 5th time, dominating here for Yuragi. To dominate the top lane, and I was going to say, you know, we've seen it in China as well. Just the party over mid, that 6-minute rune shows up, and it was a similar story.
They're now playing with the catapult. This is going to be a lot of damage on the tower. This might even be tower. 33 hiding inside the trees. They're going to need some kind of rotation. Dragon Knight, he doesn't have much mana. Does have 2 mangoes to work with, but let's see if they make a rotation. So far, OG's safe lane, pretty crisp, I would say.
Yeah, looking really good, and like you said, it might just be the tier 1 tower. There's nothing. Dude, he's hiding in the tree, himself safe. We're
I've seen this in the pubs. Usually in this kind of a spot, the only item that he's missing is Shadow Amulet. Like, he was just collecting the XP. Yeah, Observer Ward already placed behind this tier 1, what was tier 1 tower. Ragi continues to dominate. Level 6 has that Laguna Blade available, going into Maelstrom, pretty standard Lina build. One of the, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't watched China, the reason why this hero is so popular is you max out the Fiery Soul, you get the Maelstrom BKB bots, in which order you think is better, but Maelstrom is the farming tool, has that constant Fiery Soul charges. This hero is one of the fastest farmers in the game right now.
Yeah, so you're going to pick up that Maelstrom and farm. The kills have been bolstering that farm. 57 and 12, and look at where you are on the net worth list. You're not only at the top, but compared to the Spectre, you've already got 1,200 more gold, and that's pre-Maelstrom. Things are just going to get even better here for your Og. So you got to worry if you're Tundra, how far behind are you going to allow yourself to get? Start trying to counter the game that OG has had. They're going to go after Snake King. He'll Icarus dive away, get all the way through the bottom steps side of OG, and they are shot out just in case.
The big issue that Tundra is going to have is both supports are extremely under-leveled. Level 3, 8.5 minutes into the game, and both of these heroes do rely on having level 6 to have impact when it comes down to defending the tower or pushing the tower with the 10-minute catapult.
Dragon Form down for another second, maybe. Back up. Do have this kind of lingering around as well. I go over to the side. Words. Doxa making still sitting level 3 as for the side of OG.
Misha's level 5, and Taiga's level 3, but Ricky as a support, you don't need levels. Like, it doesn't matter if you're level 6. This is a 15-minute timing hero who plays for the Shard sleep into mostly going to be Bushwhack or LSA to play with. And yeah, we also haven't mentioned Ricky for people who are not playing much Dota. It was super popular in high-level pubs coming into after TI. People figured out, you know what, Ricky, he's pretty good at trading in the lane, and if I just save up gold, get that Aghanim Shard, play with any kind of combo, the hero feels really strong. Also comes down to Smokescreen being buffed, so now the AoEs are the same on all 4 levels. That's one of the big buffs, and also having the level 10 talent, the even more AoE on it, plus this Smokescreen cooldown on 15, you can almost permanently have Smokescreen, like pretty nuts.
Yeah, having that at level 4, a 75% chance miss rate is... Shout it out to... Yeah, the Ricky. Later in a later game. Right now, Tundra, no kills on the board, but still, I think the farm is okay. Spectre at about 5k, like that line. Also got 9 over mid. Well, that other Dragon Force doesn't end up getting the tier 1 tower in the mid lane, but it ends up being a good farming kill to keep him up with everybody else. And they look over at DM, they're trying to get the kill here onto the Duke. Still quite tanky, quite strong, and enough. Dagger available, as we said on Dragonite. On that, 30 seconds on cooldown still. So
Dire's top tower
they're gonna back
is
up
under
into the
attack.
jungle and maybe protect 33. Pressure on the top tier 1.
Oh, Skinner
Bottom
keeping
lane.
out.
Skitter, just away. 4 heroes here for OG. They're not going to catch up. They also actually have a 5th DM coming across the side. Everybody's showing up for OG, but they're going to have their hands still empty. Over, and like you said, he's got that blade mail that'll help him farm the jungle. He goes triangle.
Not just that, he also stacks the jungle for himself while Rubik was stacking the big camp, and now with the blade mail, he's going to be able to farm those ancients as a healing salve to bring himself. Now, he's been pretty impressive his whole journey. How he won the TI and the DPC. Let's have Room Handle as a neutral item. Would be cool if someone drops Seeds of Serenity here for him, but yeah, level 10 Spectre, 13 minutes into the game. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, considering the fact that the other lane, the top lane, didn't expect to go that well, mid and safe lane for Tundra, it worked out. And there, see the net worth advantage, it was 2k, but really squeezed tight and is even. And with that 33, you know, they gave him space against that top tier 1, cleans it up. No contest for the side of OG. They didn't even want to come over for that, so it's well done, I feel like, by Tundra alleviating the pressure that was on top. Obviously, they already got the tier 1 tower effective, and they tried to move it toward the top. They got the tower too, but 33 and allowing him to get that tower is quite nice, right?
Yeah, Tundra kind of stabilized the game for themselves, and Skitter only needs 1500 gold for his Aghanim Scepter, which is going to be another tool to play with. Dragonite uses Blink Stun, or a Beastmaster has Vision with the Hawk, uses a Roar, Spectre with the follow-up. That's slightly too deep underneath the tower. DM doesn't even blink.
And not scared of the Blink Dragon Tail that came out from 9. Toxo, he's also throwing in a Fable. He's right now holding on a Scorched Earth at level 3. That Spell Steal at level 6. And you can see DM just kind of hanging around. Pressure on the tier 2. Again, Blink Dragon Tail. He has way too much armor sitting underneath the tier.
Radiant's
Tower
bottom
has a
tower is
Devour
under
available, so 21 armor. Pretty difficult to kill. Taiga comes following this one up as BM. He's here. He sees moment, but it doesn't look like they're gonna go and jump in on him yet.
Ready to burn.
Said though, you've got Spectre a farm to get into the Yags, very close to that. Not a bad idea also to have Snake King bottom, just trying to farm what he can. He's going to fail. He's already got himself to level 7, so available. Talked about the counters, the egg scramblers that are on this team, with Lina, of course, being one of them. Last we spoke, had a Maelstrom. Now, since then, Falcon Blade Dragonlance going into the BKB, already has the Mithril Hammer. The farm is quite nice.
Yeah, it's insane.
For
You
Uragi.
can feel the difference. The second most farm hero in the game is Dragonite, and she's already 2.5k ahead of him. Tundra, as I said, they are stabilizing. The next big timing for them is going to be this Aghanim Scepter on Spectre. And yeah, you said Snakey, he was at the bottom collecting some of the XP, did struggle for a little bit, did not have that egg available, and is now level 7. Fire Spirits are maxed out going into Veil. That's going to amplify some of the magic damage that they got.
Considering the fact that Thunder's heavily underleveled.
Dire's top tower
OG doesn't
is under
have
attack.
much tower damage. They did take this tier 1 tower on the top lane with the catapult, and now they're gonna struggle. Like, they need to take a fight before they can take any objectives. Ricky, Shard is available. The throw melt. That's dark past the blade.
Sunray now on top of Uragi. Stay with the Laguna Blade. They get the kill to Snake King, but they're going to look over and try and finish the fight for the Lina. Ends up being a trade that's well worth it for Tundra as they get a 5-time skill streak out of the hands of this Lina. And meanwhile, BZM up top getting a kill onto 33 with the help of DM as well as Misha. Kills around the board for OG, but the big one is the prize ticket of Uragi. And that is good gold going the way of Tundra. And you can see it's minus the 33 kill, but if you look at the fight recap, it does show that they did get a lot of gold.
Yeah, that was very ambitious going on to Spectre like that, and on the mid lane, Tundra getting another pickup. With this type of a lineup, OG, like, they need to go for the kills. They need to get something done, because coming into the late game, the lineup from Tundra is just way too powerful, especially when it comes to the team fight. We still haven't seen the full team fight in action.
He's gonna get caught back to
BKB, but
he can't get it ordered, and he gets the BKB off. It's not gonna matter. 9 ends up getting a kill there on Uragi. That is a late BKB, and I mean, that's what happens when they've got the blink jump on him, and they are only using the shadow step because the axe just got finished for Skinner.
That's huge. This is the type of a kill that, like, first the one on the bottom near the tier 2 tower, and now picking off Lina. So she's still at the top of the net worth, almost full 2k ahead of everybody
Dire's
else.
bottom tower
But
is
this
under
is gonna set them back by quite a bit.
Yeah, a good couple of kills there for Tundra. Still holding onto the net worth lead though is OG. Look at these other 2 heroes on their side too, with DM and BZM. DM bottom of the cores for OG. You know, to be a little bit expected, I would say, with Lina having the Maelstrom so early, and of course DM working with that Devour. So maybe I would have expected DM's farm to be a touch higher, as he's got that Midas as well. But he's in an okay spot. He's got his BKB. That's a 9-second BKB ready to go.
That should help.
Froggy just his, so he's going to be in an 8-second BKB. But I think they're still going to be looking to fight. And that's exactly what they do with a 4-man smoke. Come on over, and
problem is they can't start a fight. Like, their way of starting a fight is dart into Bushwhack or into LSA, which puts Lina very close to a fight, and she's down to 8 second BKB already, and they do have a BKB piercing ability anyway with this Beastmaster. It's something that Lina does not never like to play into. Was these heroes that get on top of her, like from the supports, Tusk, Clockwork, Earth Spirit, and now playing into Spectre, who does have double wave, as you said, with the Shadow Step and Haunt available, going into Manta next. Like, she's never gonna feel too comfortable attacking Spectre because of this Blade Mail build that Skeet decided to go for.
Yeah, this is a really solid step here for Tundra, having that ag, so that double jump in is going to be something
puns intended. Like, this Shadow Step is a step in the right direction.
Certainly a step in the right direction. Now they look over towards top. Skid are going to use that Shadow Step to get on top of DM. And there's the BKB. So 2 BKB usages coming out from OG that really don't net them anything. First one wasn't able to save the life of Uragi. The second one is able to get DM out. But still, if you're Tundra, that feels pretty good to get those out of the hands of OG. Those early, early seconds. Those early 9-second BKBs. And there's 78-42 already on the plus win probability. And they're right into Roche.
Yeah, I think this is even being generous at this point, considering the lineup that Tundra has and how well they have been playing in the last 10 minutes. When it comes up to the tri-lane, yeah, they lost it because they couldn't punch back, and now Skeeter holding on to Aegis, has another Shadow Step available going into Manta style. Like, you're playing against Spectre. Yes, you do have a break mechanic with this Hoodwink, but I don't think Spectre is afraid of it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Getting into the
Dire's structures are fortified.
You're gonna look at DK, this 9, he leaped the net worth on the side of Tundra. He's going into
Radiant's
Diag next. He's 1,000 gold away from that. They're about to take 2G tower up for top. 33's recovery. It wasn't really Kim who died up at top a lot. It was Saksa who died 5 times during that laning phase. He still got a decent chunk out of that lane, especially when they open up the space for him. And I kind of worry for OG how they're going to be able to handle him, especially now working with this Helm of the Overlord. Look over the side to a Schwack sharpshooter coming through, not going to land on the Phoenix. Link and the ult coming through on the Snake King. Taking the Phoenix to start. Take out Saksa in. 33 with Primal Roar that hits on the Queen of Pain. They'll throw the dart over and put Spencer to sleep. LSA to follow it up. So there's the combo, there's the kills. 3 kills there for OG. And Tundra trying to get caught in no man's land, and OG take advantage.
Finally see OG punching back with the draft that they have. Ricky using the Sleeping Dart into Bushwhack, then Sleeping Dart into LSA. Still holding on to Aegis on Spectre for another 3.5 minutes. Once they respawn, they're going to be ready to go. One jump from Dragon Knight, it's a long duration stun. It's 3-second stun, so they can do a lot of damage, especially once that Manta style is finished on Spectre. With the Dragon Knight, they can go for solo pickoffs. And it's a full Aghanim Scepter, as you mentioned. It was so close to it, and now has it. Level 15 on Dragon Knight, and I like what I see in his quick buy. Oh, Sharpshooter.
Lane, Sharpshooter coming in. They've got the break as well as the sleep. They're not going to follow this up. Coming in from staking. I thought for a second, because I know 9 was shifting. He wasn't sure if he wanted to pick up that Ags. He thought about AC for... Had that queued up for a moment. Be back to the Ags, so Ags in full here for 9. That's right. There it is. Courier finally 9 for 9 slots.
Let's see how they execute Roar on cooldown for 10 seconds. One thing they don't have is way to deal with this Ancient Black Dragon, the Ancient Creep. Maybe if Doom decides to pick up his level 15 talent, Devour can target Ancients, decides to go for it. Very close to level 15, by the way.
Feeling that he's still working with an Aegis for about 2 minutes. Side of Tundra. The time right now to go for the Manta is about 1,000 gold off. Long till he gets that. See, Tundra is still posturing inside OG's jungle. They're not afraid to go for this, especially knowing that they've got the global here for the Spectre if needy. Bushwhack gets thrown, that's not gonna land, but they go to the on a 9. Now they've got the smoke screen. The Skitter throwing out the Shadow Step for the moment. Not a Haunt.
Still farming on the bottom lane. They definitely want to use this Aegis, but couldn't find any openings. Their Observer Ward just got B-boarded,
Radiant
so
are scanning.
limited on vision. They still do
Dire
have talk,
structures are fortified.
so that's one way to start a fight. Also, spawn top, Dragonite will be picking that one up.
Haste!
Alright, he picks it up, smoke again. That haunt, Shadow Step off cooldown in just seconds. Die, they'll go to the dust. They've got the blink as well as Dragon Tail. Shadow Step comes in, and they get the kill on the Tiger. They get to look towards the back. And BZM and Misha need to walk away. They'll blink away on BZM. They don't get anything else, but again, it's very easy for them, especially once they have that dust. Have Skitter jump through with the Shadow Step.
Oh, DM, roar.
Saksa,
It's gonna be there.
and that should mean they've got this ready to go. Meanwhile, Saksa, he's also stolen the Sleeping Dart. So he can not only put them in with the telekinesis, but it has the sleep available, and Skitter with another kill on a DM.
This is a big steal. We didn't talk too much about Rubik, but there's some cool spells to steal. Cloud from Ricky, Smokescreen, Dart, LSA, one of the better ones. Stuff from Doom if you want to farm up with Devour, of course, like even Bushwhack. BZM has been kind of silent, mostly farming on a mid lane. BKB done, plus Kaya Sanj, very tanky,
Dire's
does have that
bottom
status
tower is
resistance.
under attack.
Going into Witchblade next.
Yeah, like you said, it's been a little bit quiet, and he's 3-1-1, so he's gotten a couple
Dire's
kills here and there, but they've been
bottom
on,
tower has fallen.
I believe, mainly snaking. Sonic Wave. BZM to get to the Witchblade.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm wondering where OG are going to go with this. They want the Satanic on Yuragi, then they're going to go with Silver Edge there too.
That's one way for Yuragi to be able to punch back Skeeter when he comes in with the Blade Bell. Satanic is more than enough for you to
Dire's
sustain and
bottom
keep
tower
hitting
is under
on a
attack.
target. And Doom in the end decided to go for that Devour can't target Ancient's talent on 15. So that's one way to deal with
Dire's
Ancient Creep that
bottom
33
tower
has.
is under attack.
Now from OG.
Dire are scanning.
Tundra are sitting bot, trying to take a tier 2 tower. That
Dire's
will be
bottom tower
2 of the 3 tier 2s already gone on the side of OG. They make their rotation in, but will they catch anybody? 33 in an interesting spot here to break the smokes coming in from OG. They're up on the high ground, and he is not spotted just yet. He goes into the TP attempt, and he'll be safe to leave. The rest of Tundra far behind, and they will escape with their lives. So OG, that smoke doesn't lead to anything, and Tundra, a perfect steal of OG.
What a sneaky play there from Tundra. But also they're getting a lot from the map where you have Skeeter, he can be anywhere on the map, and then joining a fight with that Shadow Step or with the Haunt, going into Limpets here next. He seems to be afraid of Sleeping Dart combo and also Doom.
Check yourself as best you can. And to be in here for
It's
9.
such an annoying
Dire's
build.
middle tower
I
is
think it
under
became
attack.
popular like a year ago, so you now have all the benefits from the Dragon, from that Manta style. It's very good for sieging, especially with the Beastmaster. Tundra's looking for potentially next Roche spawn, which can be up in 40 seconds.
Radiant are scanning.
Smoke's gonna break. Pega's right there. Goes to the Sleeping Dart. Another one. The Dragon kill here on a Saksa. Sonic Wave comes out again. And they'll take out the Rubik. The Shadow Step is going to Skitter, but not enough to really get anything at the moment. They're starting to back away on OG. Very careful. Tundra maybe looking towards jumping through. Eventually they back up on their side of the river once again.
I think it might be a good idea to start thinking about Gem on side of Tundra, get rid of Vision, and see this Ricky. Ricky has been very annoying, and we can see why this hero has been so popular, at least in high-level European pubs where played S4 or 5. We've seen even some off-lane Rickies, but Sleeping Dart, very annoying spell to deal with.
This setup's pretty easy. Shadow Step once again, and Misha on the run, but DM comes in to try and help out. This whole wave fire from 9 is the finishing blow needed to get the kill. They got themselves at least one, with Roche now being available again. These teams are going to fight it out potentially for the next Aegis if they go in once more. The
Arena used the BKB there.
Not the best, as that's going to be on cooldown for another second. So it's rough if OG now want to fight into Roche, right?
Yeah, definitely, but they're so slowed. You have this Dragonite with his dragon form, constantly with his Manta style, Shadow Step coming out from Spectre, daggers, constant dagger spam. They're not moving. The Spectre, she was thinking about getting Lincolns, but in the end, it's like it's gonna be Scotty. Makes her more tanky, deals well with that Satanic that I just showed.
They're going to go forward with the Shadow Step once again. He's been popped by TF. He's surviving for now. Taiga over to the side going after Noja, but here comes down with the Blinker Close. The Dragon Tail coming out of the Skitter. Skitter's going to get really into this fight with DCM. DP and a blink away, but Misha on the run from Skitter. He's all the way in the base. They've only got the kill on a Taiga. They've taken out one, and they'll burn away Misha. The fireball placed on the ground by 9. Skitter in deep, using that haunt after the Shadow Step down on top of these heroes on the side of OG. Don't get the cores, but they do take out the supports.
Yeah, very clean execution there coming out from Tundra. Being able to take down 2 supports, not committing heavily. Good force staff coming out to be able to save Skeeter because he committed with both Haunt and the Shadow Step. And not getting any kills. Also very nicely placed egg. Like, just see Lina not having a BKB, or if your Roar is available, I think Snaking can even go for a bit more aggressive placement. Egg in the middle of a fight. Some mic issues, but Tundra resolved that quickly.
Going went ready, and that's over. You can see 9 just working on this tower as Yuragi over to the side doing with an BZM. Go all the way back. He was in exchange. They'll buy back on Misha. And the Racks are in trouble. Well, Skitter, he's got the Shadow Step ready, so he doesn't have to be exactly right there at the fight. He's going to get himself into that Scotty, but now they'll get the kill on Misha. It's going to be the Shadow Step that leads to that, and Skitter right back.
He's gone for 70.
Yeah, he just bought back. That was a second ago.
Dire structures are fortified.
Halberd picked up by 33. Telekinesis on the DM. Here comes Taiga as well as BZM. Looking after Saksa. Off and over to the side with the Dragon Tail comes out from 9. They've got the Sunray right on top of this Ricky. They'll get the kill on the Saksa. They'll end up trading Taiga. Luna Blade 9 moved up. The chase is on, but the Primal Roar comes through on the DM who's going after Snake. The LSA lands as the Dart was there for 33. And they'll look to get the kill on the Beastmaster after taking out this Phoenix Reader dead on the side of Tundra, make it a 4th. Yuragi with a double kill and a little bit of a defense from OG.
And instantly marking Roche on a minimap. They want to get this one done. Oh, we looking in terms of buyback for Tundra members. Everyone has buyback besides Beastmaster because he just committed. He bought Heaven's Halberd. See if they can take it. They're trying to buy some time. Going on DM top. It's mostly to see where they are, if they're going inside the Roche pit, but they know they're not doing it. Yuragi showing on the bottom lane, very low on HP and mana.
Fine. See how big this Saksa off to the side. Sonic Wave again to commit onto the Rubik, but then they look over at 9. 9 stunned up. And then they hit with the Doom DM. That gives them the damage to get this kill. And you can see the Maelstrom bouncing around. They find 33. They find Snaking. DM gets credit for that one. And then 33 on the run. This fight really looking good there for OG. One of the big fights outside the laning stage that gets them a victory, right?
Yeah, after laning stage, they didn't have many. They tried a couple of times on Spectre, not to very, but yeah, they did manage to kill Roshan in the end. Who picked up the shard? I think Doom got it, or Queen of Pain. Oh, both of them have it. I like that BZM understands these fights. I'm just gonna blow up one of these supports. Mostly it's been Rubik, but he also is in trouble.
Yes,
and that's a gem.
They just so dead. Gem
that's a second gem. Oof.
Just gem. Now in the hands of Tundra.
Thanks, Taiga.
Add another to the tally.
He bought back in the previous fight, so won't be up for another 50 seconds. For an opening, doesn't have ulti.
And they've got the Bushwhack that lands on a 9, and now they can try to come over with the Haunt. get the kill on a 9, and now they'll jump over. Skitter in a little bit far, but the rest of the side of OG are backing away as Misha ends up dead to this Spectre, and 1-for-1 that they'll happily take.
Whenever Misha shows, Skitter is ready to go on him with either Shadow Step or Haunt, knows that he's going to be able to get the kill. But Misha did the job. He broke Dragon Knight. They did manage to get him in the end.
Big kill there. 50 seconds on the sidelines, going into a Fatalist. Just about got the gold for that. We'll see if he buys out. We are working against OG that does have an Aegis in their hands for 3.5 minutes, so you might want to save for the buyback just in case. But the Sonic Wave from BDM, just potentially making sure it works.
Yeah, does have level 20 talent, so not too afraid to use it. Has Lincoln's here, which is going to help out quite a lot. Again, Blink initiation from Dragon Knight.
Damage. Top area of the river.
Doom, very close to his level 20. Has Octarine Core available. Minus 35 seconds on Doom. This is where you can fight every minute, pretty much.
Math's not my strong suit. About 75 seconds, 73. Like you said, every minute or so, you're going to have Doom available. See, what the deal is with Doom is, building the Aeon, just trying to survive a little bit longer in these exchanges. That level 20. Reduction. Inside. Got telekinesis. They look to get the kill on Amisha. They'll get the hoodwink. And that's one to start. The rest of the team is nearby. They need to be careful. Yuragi, well, he's been singled out for the moment with BKB behind by DM. Taiga getting low. Yuragi throwing out some right clicks, but here comes the rest of the side of Tundra. And Yuragi in trouble, as that was an LSA that landed for the return to 3 roar. Got the Aegis, and they'll have a second life with BKB being powered by Yuragi. Trying to TP out of this one. They get the back left for BGM. They'll get themselves the kill onto Yuragi. It'll be over at BGM, who just blinks and looks to TP, but the jump again from Skitter, not enough.
Oh, man.
Just getting BZM out of that one, but they got Yuragi, and that's really the big one to come for.
BZM used Lincoln's there on Yuragi, trying to save him, but not enough. You can see the way Tundra, they're really hungry in this one, and the problem is Spectre shows where everyone is before every start of the fight. They have much better vision with the Hawk. They're also holding on to both the gems. Once again, Sleeping Dart.
Snake.
Yeah, they've got the damage.
Well, take with the Sonic Wave.
They'll take the gem. Take the gem back. It's snaking, so Tundra's holding OG's gem, and OG's holding Tundra's.
Gem. Receive gem.
Good trade offer. Now you see, to these two supports, they would die almost immediately. Taiga forced to get out. Without Misha, they don't have what it takes to control them, and these illusions, you don't know which Dragon Knight is real, so BM is in a kind of a tough spot once they pop Mantis Styles. Once Spectre's in, there's a Mantis Style and Dragon Knight available. If he's not the one initiating, they're gonna have trouble finding which one is real.
Yeah, steals the LSA that was used to try and survive there from Yuragi, but they had the damage, and now they're going to get a kill on Amisha once again. And there is really no stopping Skitter with this Shadow Step in the farm that he's got at the moment. He's also picked up a Hex. So, we've been seeing a lot more Sight Device.
Mostly on the offlaners in China, but this is a really good pickup. You don't care too much about mana regen. Yes, you consume a lot of mana with constant mana with spam with the Mantis Style as well to push out the waves, but it's mostly about going with the Haunt and just having something to lock onto target with the Mantis Style. You can easily solo pick off. I don't think you can kill cores solo, but you can definitely kill the supports.
Supports are really in trouble, and
is under attack.
Tundra, they've got themselves a 5,000 net worth lead, becoming but felt themselves as time went on, and pretty much all the fights have kind of gone their way. What if you're OG? What do you do with it? By a terrible amount of gold. But what's your
Next Roche in 2 minutes, so they can't allow Tundra to take this one.
On you, then, well, they've got the Hex. It's on Yuragi's in the trees. The LSA is going to be used, but it's not going to land on a Skitter, so he'll hop and try to survive as he looks to use that Satanic. But Skitter, just by himself, is able to take out Yuragi, who was throughout most of this game, the biggest threat on the map.
Yeah, and he also found another gem. Yeah, that Scotty ruins your Satanic. You're not life-stealing as much. And we can see Dota Plus win probability up to 92.
Not shocking, considering.
Well, good luck stopping this kind of a siege. You have Hawk scouting things out in base 9 with the flying movement. He also has Spell Prism, so permanent Dragon Form.
They don't have your Rocky, but they're still looking to maybe fight. Primal Roar comes in, that's going to pop the Aeon Disc on DM9. Still looking forward. They go to the BKB, they'll jump in with UCM. The Fireball's on the ground, they go to the Doom. That's going to be played down onto the Dragon Knight. They're still going forward. DM, though, burning with the Sunray on him. Nine's able to get the kill on him. And BZM, BKB, blink over to the side. But here comes Saksa. Goes out an LSA, but the BKB is going to be the savior for BZM, who blinks back into the base. And they'll take the 2-3 tower over mid. They'll look towards the racks. The pushback lands onto the Dragon Knight. But Nine not really too afraid. They have Yuragi back up in 20 seconds.
And Lena was so short, too. Lena needed like 50 gold after she died for a buyback, and now Dragon Knight.
Oh, Saksa in. Telekinesis. Misha's going to be dead to right. They get the kill there onto the Hoodwink. Buyback. How are you going to go about winning this game as you're on your heels? BCM in some trouble. Blinks back into the base. Saved by the Stormcraft. They're to go up into the air for just a moment. They're charging up the Sharpshooter, bringing it over onto Saksa. The damage there with the Laguna Blade. They get the kill on Saksa. They're taking the Hoodwink right now. They've got the Primal Roar on the Yuragi. Sonic comes out, but it's not going to be enough damage to get any of the kills on the side of Tundra. They already got the kill on the Saksa. Saksa, is it really enough to fight into this? They go after 9, they land the LSA, the damage coming in from Yuragi. It's feeling like enough with the Inferno Blade hitting from GM. They'll finally take out a second. They'll blink forward for 30.
They need to get more out of this.
But he'll be able to escape with said BKB and a TP out.
Let's see the Roche spawn. Does it benefit OG? Is Gaben on their side? Minute and 40. The answer is no. So this is their last set of barracks. They did buy back on Nemisha and pretty difficult task. Like it's very here comes again. Spectre. Right in and out.
Back to farming the jungle. Life has never felt so good, and by the way, those Illusions popping the Aeon Disc.
Perfect game from Skeeter. 11, 0, and 8.
11-0-8, no deaths so far. I don't want to jinx anybody. I don't know. Sometimes the caster's curse can come in just like that. We'll see how they go about this and how they're going to go about going for the next Roche. Both sides, really. I mean, it's a 10k lead for Tundra now. So difficult for OG.
Oh,
he got the LSA. He landed. They've got the Inferno Blade with a Laguna Blade to follow it up. Get a kill on Saksa.
Skeeter uses Shadow Step, Hexes, and then immediately goes back to bottom.
Don't bother me. He's also got a BKB now. Roche in 30, so they theoretically should be without Rubik going into this. Spell Prism. That on the Duke well, and that's exactly what they're doing. And there is a haunt this time, as Misha's gonna die to Snake King with the Sunray.
I think we all experienced this type of a game as a support where enemy carry is so farmed, especially Spectre. She finds you anywhere, one glimpse of vision, you're dead. Very annoying for OG, like, can't defend yourself. Misha, very poor at the moment, has that shard, only Arcane Boots, trying to go into Eon Disc. Like, Eon Disc can be both good and bad, because as you said, like, Eon Disc does proc sometimes during the full haunt or just the Shadow Step, and then with the next one, it's a lower cooldown anyway. Shadow Step down to 40 seconds, and Aghanim Scepter available on Roche. OG's just gonna have to let this one go.
Yeah, that is not the best feeling, that's for sure. You'll give a cheese over to the DK. And an Axe for 33. We'll see if he can fight. And Yuragi again, and they've got the sweep out of the Spectre. Save the life of the... out of the blessing for them.
He's reading. He's like, yeah, what does this axe do? Let me just check the drums. Yeah, I bang some drums, and I heal, I deal damage. Less heal coming out from creeps. More from creeps, less from heroes.
Might as well just give it over to my Rubik, who can deal 2 spells. Which has been nice, because there's a lot to choose from here. We've seen the Stolen LSA do a lot of damage and a lot of control. So, hoping that, you know, you've got Rubik maybe dart and an LSA of his own. It'd be nice.
Saxa with the struggle in this game. He's been heavily targeted by OG members, Ricky. Taiga.
Sweep in, and they're going to get the bushwhack over with the Inferno Wave 9 coming over with BKBB pop by DM. Skitter over to the side. The dagger out, and now they're going to pop the Lincolns on BZM. They get the Doom off out of the Dragon Knight, but the telekinesis coming up from Saxa to save this DK. 9 on the run. DM trying to get out of this one. They'll also get the kill on the Taiga. And Taiga dies, DM falls. 2 heroes gone on the side of OG. Don't have buyback on either of them. And that's going to be a bit of an issue as Tundra are looking to go for more. They find themselves their hands on Nisha. Nisha throws the bushwhack, but that's not going to save, right? They get another kill onto the Hoodwink, and now only Yuragi as well as BZM can defend. These heroes don't have buyback. The racks are exposed, and OG are trying to save this game.